Hey collective, welcome to angel number 315. All right, this is a safe, positive, and protected space. Very protected, highly protected. All right, so if you are joining today, make sure you leave any drama, negativity, low vibrations, and BS and all that at the door, please. Thank you. We're just here for clarity, alignment, truth, the tea, divine messages, things of that sort. So, please no trolling in the comments. I would have greatly appreciated constructive criticism. Welcome. All right. And yeah, make sure you enjoy. We're going to see what the message is and who the message is for today. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we got fear of getting hurt. Okay. Not following your heart. Right behind that, self-blame, toxicity. Listen, these cards get real raw, okay? I'm not going to go too far into detail about that. This message, though, could be for a divine masculine or divine feminine, all right? Whichever one you resonate with. We all have those energies in, our auric field. So at the bottom of the deck, I do have mature man. Privileged woman is in the reverse. So what I'm getting from this situation is that someone is in their thoughts or needs to come out of their thoughts when it comes to whatever this court situation is about this house, okay? So just take the energy as it resonates. At the bottom of this deck, we got bad news. A rapid escalation of events causes panic and urgency. A sudden crisis disrupts your plans and creates conflict. Actually, it says chaos. The unbearable truth weighs heavily on your heart. Right behind that, we got lifesaver. So you may want someone to come and save you from a situation. But right behind that is third party situation. Another person disrupts your relationship and causes turmoil. Trust is broken by infidelity and struggling to rebuild it. So let's get into the energy. I didn't even shuffle the cards because the messages were so clear. All right. Okay. So let's get into it. Excuse my background if it's a little bit loud, okay? But I'm going to get some overall energy out here for you, collective. And we just don't see what's going on that you don't see, what's hiding beneath the surface. Excuse me, I had a little itch in my throat. Okay. Also, these messages are for entertainment purposes only. I do want to let you know to or remind you to take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? We're going to get into it. Hope everyone's week is starting out okay or very good, more than okay. But with this energy, we gotta transform it. All right. So we got somebody in the background projecting some sort of negative energy. So remind you of that. It's always somebody lurking in the background. So, you just kind of just have to know how to deal in a situation, okay? All right, let's go in with these cards. Just give it a good little shuffle here. I'm going to get right into it. So somebody could be trying to have faith in the situation. Let's see what's going on with that. All right, the High Priestess is in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles is in reverse also, and this is at the bottom of the deck. So it's energy that hasn't came out, but it's getting ready to come out because I'm about to tell you. Okay. So the High Priestess is in reverse. Somebody is not using their intuition when it comes to their abundance. That's what this is about. It also could be about somebody being concerned about what other people think. So it kind of goes with this this not following your heart kind of energy here. Whoever you are, you often blame yourself, which, that's I mean, that's a good way to take accountability of the situation, but it's not a good way if, you know, you're somebody who you listen to other people. You got to listen to yourself in a situation. All right, let's just get some cards out here, y'all, okay? I do see that there's like a community of people. This could be like a family situation, or if it's not that, it could be just a group that you belong to. Maybe some people you went to school with. Maybe if there's an organization that you belong to, could be that. I just heard a horn beep outside, so I don't know if y'all heard that. Maybe that's confirmation. Okay, what I was gonna say, it could be a work situation as well. Anything, because we do have the Eight of Pentacles out here in reverse with the Magician. This is someone who is okay. So it's giving me, whoever these people that's in the background, they're definitely doing some sort of magic. All right. Now, I wasn't going to try to resort to that, but hey, listen. And you seem to be concerned about what these people think. All right. So we got the Magician here and the Eight of Pentacles that's in reverse. That's somebody who's considered to be unprofessional. This is somebody who could also be considered to be lazy or disinterested. So, you know, take the energy how you want to take that. But we have Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a situation that's underneath, that's underlying. So this could be a situation where you're hoping to gain the things that you want and that you desire in life. You know, houses, cars, jobs. It could be maybe like being an influencer on social media or something like that. Different things for different people, because I do see the Magician here as well. So that means that you're definitely manifesting this. And with this Faith card that's out here, you seem to be someone who is definitely like religious. Maybe you believe in Jesus, or let's see, what's another one? Basically the same thing. Muhammad, is that what that is? Islam? I don't think that's what it is. I think that's a prophet. Okay, anywho, I don't know why I'm not really remembering the name. Okay, like duh. All right, so okay, and I say that there's definitely some magic in the background, because here we had a Three of Cups that's in reverse here. Definitely giving like a group of people, which is also why this community is here. All right, so we heard the horn beep on work situation. No, it was on a community, a group that you belong to. So this could be some sort of like cult, coven, secret society or something like that. All right, so Hangman is out here. Okay, we got the Hangman out here because, let's see, someone wants to take some sort of leap of faith, or they're hoping that once the leap of faith that they take, it will be a successful one. Let's see, but there is some sort of negative situation going on at this time. Okay, you're waiting for some sort of ships to come in. Let's see. Let's dig a little further deeper into the situation. All right. So what's this Hangman reverse, Sun reverse here? We got this Queen of Swords that's in reverse here. So this is a woman, okay? I don't know if this is like an alpha woman or something like that. Somebody who comes across to be very dominant, but this is also someone who is like kind of cold. I'm hearing blunt, okay? Uses a lot of emotion over logic, this person. But anyway, what about this person and the collective? You could be this Queen of Swords in reverse at right now in this energy. But somebody could be trying to communicate something about some sort of Ten of Cups or something like that. And then with the Sun here, it's something that somebody is not seeing. Somebody is not able to see something. So this could be a situation where, like, you know, you kind of listen to other people, whoever this Queen of Swords is in reverse. They're telling you what they feel about a situation. And the way this Hierophant card came out, it was kind of like, you know, kind of like, I don't know. That could be like a contract, or that could be like somebody like a dark leader or something that's just bad, right? Don't necessarily mean that it's entirely bad, but just, you know, certain aspects of it, like, you know, people not really using their intuition, or a person, or just something that might be faulty, like, I don't know. Because to me, with the Sun in reverse and you waiting on something to come in, it's almost as if like someone is trying to convince you that it's like a lost cause. Like you really shouldn't even be waiting on something to come in. Nine of Pentacles. That's definitely abundance. This is giving like single. So somebody could be telling you that you should stay single in a situation. You're at the Eight of Pentacles right now. So that's like communication. Maybe you're waiting on someone to communicate with you, or you're waiting to receive. You're waiting on, okay, yeah, you're waiting to receive communication. I was about to say the same thing twice. Or this could be you needing to speak up. Okay, because you could also be the one that's more like emotional in the situation. You know, okay, when you don't really speak up, you kind of just assume like about, you know, a person, what a person could be thinking or what the situation might be. It's better to just speak up on it before you just go into the like rabbit hole, the downward spiral of thinking of all the possible like reasons why you shouldn't. It's given like talking yourself out of something, okay, because you're not able to see something. But okay, yep, that's what having faith is all about. Look how God circled us right back around. Like, yeah, okay. So, all right, yeah, so I'm feeling like that is what I'm being led to, you know, let you know, is that faith is very important in a situation. If you don't have faith, then it's just like, you know, faith without works is dead, right? So in this case, if you always talk to other people about what it is that you should do, you take that faith out of yourself and you're putting it in the hands of another person. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we got the Seven of Pentacles here. And you're looking at the long-term view of something. So this could be a person or a situation who you're thinking about making like a long-term commitment with. All right. The Nine of Pentacles did finally come out. All right. If we had the Seven, we got two more. So that's balancing. And but it was kind of sideways, you know. So I don't know if like your money situation hasn't improved. It's not gotten better. But we do have a Devil here. Okay. So there could be like a little obsession with your finances or something like that. Let's see what this is about. Wish fulfillment. Maybe you're not doing something that you like to do. Okay. Is there something like in the past that you used to enjoy doing? Or we do got the Three of Cups that's here, that's in reverse. Talk about like basically not celebrating. I don't know if you had like some sort of canceled events. That could be a possibility with these pentacles being out here. Clarify. Okay. So the Eight of Swords, the cups with the swords, with the pentacles. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so I had to take a drink of water. Felt dust particles getting in my throat. Okay, so with the Eight of Swords and all the cups and this is like mental imprisonment. But we're going to keep going. All right. So apparently you need to get out of this situation. All right. With the mental imprisonment. But you already know what you're up against. Definitely doing a job that you don't really like to do. Three of Wands. Doing a job that you don't really like to do. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I don't know how long my microphone been off for, but okay. Hopefully. I don't know. Hopefully you can hear me better. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. So definitely know that in order to manifest, which we have the Magician out here, that you definitely have to come out of your head in a situation. You could be in this state now where you're starting to see a little bit more clearly. You coming out of that Eight of Swords, and that's a good sign, okay? Because there's a lot of cups out here, which you know, it means that there's a lot of emotion involved in whatever the situation is, which is understandable in situations because it takes you for one person, for however many people, to love what they actually do for it to actually be fruitful, right? Just like when you plant seeds, you need water. Water equals emotion, right? So you're coming out of your headspace. You definitely need that emotion. It just has to be in more balance, okay? Because this devil energy right here, we can't work with that. You know what I'm saying? And when I say we, I mean you. All right, so Temperance here. Your spirit team is here to help you, but on the other hand, you got to put in that work. Okay, so we got the Temperance in reverse. This is very imbalanced energy here. As you can see, well, this is not really like a good pictorial of what, the Temperance is, but because typically in one cup there's water and then in the other cup there is fire, right? Trying to get it out the way of that light. But you don't really see what's in those cups in, her hands, but, it's there. It's in reverse, okay? This is what you don't see. All right, Queen of Cups is in reverse here. This could be a person, or this could be your energy. This could be your energy or somebody else's energy. I'm looking at an Emperor here at the bottom of the deck. So you definitely want to balance your masculine and feminine energies out. A lot of people don't realize that they actually need to balance that energy, that feminine energy with the masculine energy, okay? Knight of Swords, taking action fast, okay? Not waiting until tomorrow, when they waiting until next week, waiting until all the things. What I'm hearing is that there's somebody out here who's working like a job, like a 9-to-5 job, right? Like, yeah, duh, like ain't everybody? No. In order to get yourself to where you need to be, you have to be able to see that for yourself. We're not making no more short-term plans. We're not doing none of that. This is taking action. All right. But it also, this person could be about that action to the point where, they move too fast in situations. You can mess this up because your energy is just not where it needs to be. All the cups, the pentacles ain't right, things like that. However, none of that even matters. I hear people all the time say, well, yeah, I want to make sure I get my money right. I want to make sure that, my child gets through school, and I want to make sure, da. Listen, this is what you make it. Did you say all that stuff before the kid got in school, before you started that job, before this, before that? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let these situations dictate how you move out here. Okay, because where there's a will, it's always a way. I understand, people have commitments, like, your kid might be in school, they about to graduate, you need to keep them. Okay, That's understandable. Like I said, take the energy that resonates, leave what doesn't, right? But if you're someone who has like young kids, you know, it's not going to really affect them much like you moving to somewhere else or you getting started somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And operating in that kind of manner or fashion is being proactive, is setting goals. It's even if it don't go the way that I plan, I know that God has something greater for my life. But you also know that you need to stay on track, right? Because as soon as you get caught slipping out here in these streets, them, okay, yeah. Basically, Knight of Swords, don't move too fast, but you know, kind of, you know, get on top of your shit. All right, so what's Knight of Swords here? And another thing I was gonna say is we got the Four of Pentacles that just came out. That could be like materialism. Okay, maybe that's why you worried about what other people think. I think you have to trust yourself more. All right. Because right now, the situation that you in, you've been listening to other people. Temperance is in reverse. The devil is out here. Okay. We got a Queen of Cups out here. I feel like that's somebody else's energy, honestly. Especially with community out here. Okay. So this is somebody, could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right. This could be a situation with this person. It could be you not being able to see something about this person. Okay. But maybe you're starting to, it's starting to get more clearer to you. Okay. And then we got the Four of Pentacles that's in reverse. So it's some sort of expectation here. I see the 10 Pentacles that's in reverse as well. So this could be somebody from the past. It don't have to be. It could just be like a past energy. Maybe like you always operate this kind of way in these situations. But we got the Hermit. So this is a need to go within, okay? And seek some inner wisdom. Maybe you need to meditate, okay? Cut everything off. Sometimes you need to actually turn the phone off completely and put it in a different room, okay? Queen of Wands here. On these journeys, nobody else's opinion matters. You're being tested because it's not about doing what other people tell you that you should do. If that was the case, they'd find anybody to do it. This is a test, okay? It's a test on what you know. Like, how would you act in a situation, not anybody else, okay? So just remember that. How would you act in a situation? Knight of Cups here. Ten of Swords is in reverse. This is like coming up out of some like heavy betrayal, just moving on and accepting things for what it is. Could be a bit of like trauma from the past too, that you're gonna figure out about yourself. Maybe when it comes to the heart, we did have fear of getting hurt. Okay. You could have also been in situations that were toxic for you. Maybe they appear to look good on the outside, but the thing about relationships is that you never get the true value of a person up front. You got to check shit out, right? It's kind of like going to the library. Okay, I just said check shit out and it reminded me of that. But it's kind of like going to the library and, you know, reading a book before you buy it or reading a few pages. Yeah. So a good rule of thumb is that you should be able to see how a person acts in all 4 seasons, right? Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Why? Why is that important? Okay, that's what you need to ask yourself. Why is this important? Right? Because it's always the honeymoon stage, right? When you first meet that person. As time progresses, you know, things change. A person become more comfortable with you, and you'll see how quick a person becomes comfortable with you. And just because a person doesn't like cling to you as soon as possible, that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't like you. What it could mean actually is that it could be a toxic situation. So, you know, quickly hopping into situationships, okay, let's call it what it is, with people, with the and giving romantic offers and being this nice, kind, generous person, you have to realize that this is our energy out here, and we're here to do what God wants us to do. God may not want you to take that personal offer because they don't deserve that at the time, or they have them on a different type of mission or task in life, right? So that's just a little, you know, gem on that. Let's see. So, you know, always been in that, like, I don't want to say what I was say, Captain Saver, all right, kind of energy. Maybe you go for these women who are like really attractive, these Queen of Wands types of energies, like, you know, they just come across as real attractive, real beautiful, or I don't know. They help you get over past situations is what it is. Okay. So, Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is out here. You could have collaborated with somebody recently. It could be a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio. Somebody who appeared to be someone that was confident. Yeah, with the Fool card here, it looked like you took some sort of leap of faith here. Maybe you thought this was an opportunity, but in fact, it was a missed opportunity. Okay. Four of Pentacles reversed to the Three of Pentacles in the upright. Six of Wands here, no victory, success. This is a person who you are not victorious with. And in fact, you are in a mental imprisonment, okay? The Ace of Cups is in the reverse. That's repressed energy. Like I said, the cups, they definitely need to be balanced out. Okay, you got to turn this thing, you got to turn that upside down. You got to come out of that mental imprisonment, and you got to be able to, you got to pour this love into yourself, period. That's just period. It's like you having faith. Faith without works. Okay. That might be the title of the video. All right. Whatever it is, right behind that is the Ten of Wands is here. That's heavy burdens, okay? That's you thinking it's an opportunity, you missing the opportunity, it ending as soon as it no sooner than it begins, right? That's that energy. And these be like wish fulfillment, or situations that you feel like are wish fulfillments for you. And oftentimes you don't realize what type of situations these are before you hop into them. Getting to know people, all right, fully, inside out. And a lot of times people don't know what that means, right? I would definitely encourage you to stay on your journey, all right? So, Five of Pentacles is also in reverse right behind that. And it's like, it's given with this Four of Wands that's in reverse. Okay, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I just said that. It's given like you don't know how to ask for help, or maybe, I don't know, it's some sort of counseling. That's pouring into yourself. Loving yourself, you know, doing the things that you need to do for yourself and allowing other people to show up how they need to show up for you. All right. Not overly doing it. Not trying to appear to look like some sort of knight in shining armor. Okay. You know, actually being about that, like loving yourself. And a lot of people, it ain't gonna respect it, but what they say, if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. Like if you're not respecting my gangster, then you gotta go. Okay. But let's see. Because this is like someone offering to help you, but you're not accepting it. You know, and it could be like you not accepting it by constantly thinking that you have to have things in order, that it gotta be this way, it gotta look like this. And that's not true. You can turn away a perfectly good thing by being in this kind of energy, and that's the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So if you're setting your foundation like that with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, when well, no, you actually should be working towards, you know, the 6, right? And it's in the reverse. I'm not gonna say you should be in the 5, right? But a lot of times the 5 is not bad, honestly, because it shows that you're not being codependent on situations, right? If you just left out in the cold, that means you asked, you just didn't get it. Hey, listen, we all been there, right? But if you're ignoring like help being sent to you, then you can't blame nobody but yourself. And in this kind of situation, I definitely see why this card showed up, because I was like, why did this card show up? Okay, self-blame. I didn't really, you know, talk too much about that because I was like, we'll figure it out. But self-blame, you blame yourself for things when it's absolutely correct for you to feel like that. But why though? And the reason why is because you ignore help when it's sent to you. This could be God sending you somebody or something, okay? We're not just gonna put it all on a person. And you just totally like missing the point, okay? So the Four of Wands is in reverse right behind that. That's like canceled celebrations. That's like canceled events. That's like a marriage falling apart. That is a relationship falling apart, you breaking up. It's always that. And let me tell you something. If you find yourself always breaking up, it's time. It's time to stop. Not stop breaking up, but just stop getting into situations where you have to ask yourself, all right, am I tired of this yet? Is this person doing this? Is they doing that? Is they not doing this? Is they not doing that? Like, stop, please. It's giving toxic. It's very toxic, actually. Okay. So the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. The opportunity is missed. These could be, you know, people who could potentially possibly have helped you, or, you know, it been a good situation, but at the same time, it's the wrong time. All right. Pentacles talk about time too. So it might have been not the right time. All right. So, yeah, the Knight of Wands is right behind that. It's just like in very sexual kind of situationships, and, you know, just kind of reckless, maybe even multiple partners and things like that. And then right behind that is the King of Pentacles in reverse. You may be an earth sign. Don't have to be. You could have earth highly aspected in your chart. However, you know what I'm saying? This needs to be like this, okay? All right. So the real truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter how it look on the outside. It matters what's going on the inside, okay? Because if you continue ignoring it, it's just going to be like this, even though you want to look like this, okay? All right, y'all. Those were the messages. I hope that you could find a message in the messages that I presented to you. Sorry about all the interruptions, and, you know, if the camera is loud or the noise is loud, please let me know, all right? Politely. And I can try to make some adjustments, but anywho, make sure you subscribe. All right, make sure you like. I love y'all. And until next time, peace.